In Memphis, nothing comes easy, and that's exactly how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and Pink Beetles. In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem. Bluff City Media presents the Two Buck Sports Show with your hosts, Rusty Buckets and Uncle Buck. Now, let's get to the show.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Thursday edition of the Two Buck Sports Show. Are we getting $2? Jeez, I was getting excited. Kenny Stubblefield joining on in his closet, I think. I thought I was going to get a $1 sports show unencumbered by a co-host. Kenny, what's up?
Man, I'm trying to make this work, bro. My internet, if you've noticed over the last few days, my internet has been acting a fool. And it finally went down today. And so I'm trying to get it fixed. But, dude, I'm freaking out over here. I'm in the studio. I'm chilling, but I'm trying to get on here.
Yeah, and it looks like Blair Witch Project. If Blair Witch was a podcaster in his mid-40s.
That sounds so depressing that you just said it that way. That was so disrespectful. I didn't like that at all.
I kind of just gotten amped up in the commercial break, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to have the energy at 500% of normal because I'm doing it by myself. And you came in, and so now I'm coming down a little bit, trying to get into my normal show mode.
Listen, I feel you, brother. Look, I can definitely switch off here if you want me to.
No, you're here. You're here.
You tell me how you want to make this work.
King Meek says he just came to see Kenny dance. So, since you're operating the hand camera here, I think it's a good time to get you to dance for us a little bit.
Man, listen, bro. I don't think y'all ready for all that jelly, baby.
I don't think you're ready for all this jelly. The Grizzlies lose last night. We'll just get into that. I don't know where this show's going to go today or how long it's going to go if you decide to bail out on me. So we'll just get to the topics. What do you say?
Let's do it, man. I'm ready.
Memphis Grizzlies lose last night, getting one up in the correct column. They lose last night to the Denver Nuggets. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know if it was like the last time we played the Nuggets when Wayno was in town, or if it was, just fear of doing something right for once. I got nervous in that game last night. In the third quarter, it was close, 23.5-point underdogs, yet we were still able to keep it close, hang around, maybe have Cedric Howard's best game of his career. And then the call was made. Once again, me of little faith, this happens the same way every time. And the call went in. The Grizzlies ended up losing by, 16, 18 points last night. Covered the spread, but got the necessary loss. And I think that was it. I think we've got it, folks. I think we've got it. I think we've got the $1 sports show as Kenny has now frozen. So I guess the question is, do I leave his frozen face on the screen or not, or do I do I take him off?
Am I here? Can you hear him? I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going downstairs.
Okay.
In my back.
Do
this
you
terrible
use
podcasting?
overhead lighting in your house at all?
I do. Yeah. I'm going downstairs.
Yeah. Okay. The Grizzlies lose by 17, 136 to 119 in what is possibly Cedric Howard's best game. I thought he was super aggressive. Love to see how he was playing last night. Love that when the going got tough, when we were looking like we may have a chance, they didn't take us seriously. Cedric Howard, Taylor Hendricks, and Walter Clayton Jr. of all people all went to the bench playing at most 22 minutes.
That's the part that trips me out about this whole thing, Drew, is the minute distribution is crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Cedric Howard, Taylor Hendricks combined for 43 points in 44 minutes. Adama Ball and Lucas Williamson combined for 18 points in 76 minutes. So yeah, it's hilarious. The minute distribution is great.
Can we just say, like, it is really interesting how close these games are. Is like NBA basketball, like, is having talented players, like, really not that important? I mean, do you know what I'm saying? Like these guys are playing. We got 10-dayers and G Leaguers playing and keeping it close against defending world champ. Not defending, but prior world champions. Like,
yeah,
best player in the world out there. And it's like, for the first 3 quarters, it was like they went on like a 17-2 run during that game. So crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. I do think that there's a lot, like Denver, for instance, is, I believe, locked into their seed. I've actually got this up here. Let me put this up real quick. This is a graphic that I sent you earlier that you were not going to. You said you refused to.
Graphic is
like
graphic
out of. Yeah.
That graphic is like the 7th layer of hell to me.
And so I just pulled it up on a website, x.com. So Denver, okay, so they did have stakes in this. They could be as high as the 3 seed, meaning they would play Minnesota, or they could fall into the 4 or 5 matchup and play either the Lakers or the Rockets. So you are looking at seeding and matchup to see who you like to play and in what situation. But I'll take the best of beef down in a minute. I thought it was really impressive, and I don't know who to give the credit to. I do think that there's a modicum of this. Oh, this is game 80 of 82. We're prepping for a postseason run. We are playing at home against the Memphis Grizzlies, so I don't want to take away any all points for the Grizzlies here. I think there's a lot of due respect and praise to go towards the Grizzlies, but there got to be a little bit of that when it comes to the Denver side as well.
Yeah, no, I think so. I mean, it and Brevin even comments about it a few times on the broadcast last night. Nikola Jokic from last night, 3 quarters, right? Like, for the first 3 quarters, he was terrible. Played lazy defense. Ultimately ended up with a triple-double still because he's just that fantastic. I do think, and David says it in the comment section. He goes, like, I keep saying, let me put it up there. He says, I keep saying that Isolo deserves credit for how hard we play people. Give that man a healthy roster and watch us thrive. I agree with that. Like, I am impressed with the way that Isolo has not allowed this thing to, like, fully go off the rails, right? Like they are competitive in most of these games. Now you'll have your one-off game where it is just insanity and like they're down by 30, they give up 70 points in the first or 80 points in the first half and lose a game by 30, but that's not often that's happening. They're in these games.
Right. Yeah, I go back and forth on this. Like, I do want to give Islo credit for this. He deserves credit for not losing the locker room, I guess is the best way I can put it. It's like you've got and I only give him credit when it comes to like I saw Cedric Coward have 27 points in 22 minutes. That's obviously the most prized possession you have that's still playing basketball, and
Absolutely.
he's not losing his edge. Okay.
Yes.
Gigi's not losing his edge. And so those are really the only two that I like care about. Really.
That you care about, right? That makes sense.
And so I don't want to make it like a larger issue for like the team yet, because what the team is made out of dudes who are trying to stay in the NBA. If you quit on a 10-day contract or on a 2-way deal, then you might as well just start putting in your applications in China and New Zealand
or Costco,
you know? Or maybe you could go back and play college, like
exactly.
But you're just not built for it. You're not built for the grind. If as a 2-way and as a 10-day guy, you can't get up, and that's so I give Islo partial credit. I think he's deserved partial credit, but like some of these guys, if Aldama Ball can't play hard, then he shouldn't be. Like,
yeah, but there's a difference between playing hard and being competitive, right? Like there's a difference between giving energy and effort and being effective with that energy and effort. These are guys that have no business playing NBA ball. Let's be frank about it. Like, let's be frank.
I still believe that. yeah.
Like these are guys that have no business playing meaningful minutes in an NBA ball game in April, right? So it's like But Adama Ball is effective. Like I trust his 3-point shot. Like I trust the actions they're getting. I trust the way that they're getting their shots off. Like their 3-point shooting has gone. What did they do? They set the record a few days ago, a franchise record.
They tried to set it. They tied. I think it was it the NBA record or the
NBA 28? Was it 28 threes?
I think it was the NBA. Well, no, it had to be the Grizzlies. Yeah, just the Grizzlies record. But
I mean, it's just crazy. Like it's like it. I just it's insane to me how, because yes, I agree with you. The competitive edge side of things, it is what it is, right? Like if you're not able to do that while you're getting meaningful minutes in an NBA game, you have no business playing. You have no business like even working for this. Like if you're out there and you're just like BSing around and not doing anything, then of course, like why are you even suiting up? But not only are they giving max energy, max effort, but they are actually competitive and effective for a large portion of the game. That to me is Isolo's credit, is that they are effective in their competitive edge.
Yeah. And allow me just to play the other side a little bit. And David did check us on this, and this is why we like the comment section. It was the NBA record.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy.
In like a 20-point loss, we almost
still lost by 20
record for most threes.
They still lost by 20.
Yeah. It's so stupid. This is where I'll kind of play the other side with it. And you've got to go back a little ways with me in this season. And I know we've been through a lot this season, and I have, tried to erase like the John Morant and the first part of the season, but what we know now, if you can just turn that off and think about what we were talking about earlier in the season, and it is the sum is better than the collect. What's that saying? I always get it wrong. The team mentality and not the star mentality. You were never going to feature a superstar, and it's my opinion you do have to have a superstar that can get his shots whenever he needs his shots in crunch times, especially if you're going to be highly, highly successful in playoff basketball, where it does slow down and the best players do show up. And this was kind of a critique I had of Tomas and of Taylor's system last year when he brought in the assistant coach that overhauled the offense last year, is that it just refused to feature your best players. I see that also. The positive of that is what you're seeing now, is like the scheme does work and it can work with anybody, but will it work when, say, Cedric Coward, Gigi Jackson, AJ DeBansta, whoever you want to dream about, ascends to the number one on the totem pole here? Can that guy get his shot whenever he needs his shot? And because you saw the Taylor Jenkins thing last year, we were as high as the 2 seed. And this is similar. It's not the same. I know there's more pick and rolls. There's also not going to be any John Morant going forward. So it's going to be different. But when you played good teams, they could get you out of that. And it didn't work. It just didn't work against the cream of the crop. And so whereas it doesn't work there, you were always going to win and look good offensively against bad teams. And I think this may be just another extrapolation of that, or another example of that.
You may be right. The problem is we don't have any data that tells us that Isolo's system doesn't work with a star player, because our star player hasn't played.
Well, it was very obvious that it wasn't going to feature John Morant exclusively in any sort of way.
Game 3 of the first round of the playoffs will tell you differently. Last year.
But I also didn't give Isolo any credit or blame for that matter for the playoffs last year, which he took over as a.
Well, they were up by 30 at halftime, and Ja got hurt.
No, I agree. Ja's capable of being awesome, but he was also asked to do stuff that he shouldn't have been asked to do in a system that ultimately lost him. He acted like a baby. I'm not going to defend Ja in this, but I will say it never featured Ja either. And I feel like to win games in postseason play, when the pace slows down, it becomes, is my star better than your star? I don't know that my question, and it's not going to be answered this year at all, but I wonder if this system is capable of just having a Cedric Coward takeover game, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, I guess to a much smaller degree, you could even say last night was an example of that. They had to take Cedric Coward out of the game or they were going to win that game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they couldn't play Gigi. They couldn't play Ty. They had to take Cedric out, or they were going. That game was way too close. And so Cedric had 27 points in how many minutes? 21 minutes. 22 minutes. I mean, I think that narrative around Isolo has been formed because of his coaching pedigree and where he came from. The fact that you're talking about winning a championship with lesser talented players in a Euro league, right? Where you don't have the superstar talent. I think that they are like, I don't think that there's not a basketball mind in the world that would sit there and say, we will do better as a team if we don't feature our star player. Like, if we don't feature our best player. There's not and if that person does have that mentality, they're coaching at the YMCA. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not coaching in the NBA. And so our star player, Isolo's first season as the head coach, as the legitimate head coach, he had Ja for 20-something games this year. And I think that we'll see what it looks like. Obviously, you know. Ooh, I think I have internet back. Hell, oh my gosh.
Well, it is. It's really spotty right now. I can't hardly hear you. So, you may be swapping back and forth between your cellular and your Wi-Fi.
That's what just happened. It swapped from my cellular to my internet.
Right.
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyways, there's not much about Tomas Isolo that I'm going to definitively say one way or the other, except
No.
for the fact that I 100% agree with Miman here. Okay. He says rotations. I call it minutes distribution. I don't care about who's coming on, who's coming off. You got to get more minutes, and if you've got more good players and you play more minutes, then it's very well possible he is, a really good basketball coach in the NBA.
Yeah,
So
he definitely could be. The minutes distribution over these last few months has been insane. It is insane to me.
hey, won't you just give us a tour of your house real quick?
Well, I would, but my wife would yell at me.
Oh yeah, I get it. I get it. So your Wi-Fi back?
No, I'm looking. That's why I came inside to see. It's not. Yeah, it's not back yet.
Well, I
Sorry.
can see you better and hear you better right now than I did a minute ago.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Well, I'll sit right here then.
All right. So let's look at the let's put this screen up here. We're going to look at Tankathon. Well, before we look at Tankathon, we'll take a look at this because we have been paying close attention to the play-in races for the Eastern Conference and Western Conference standings because we can own either the Phoenix or the Orlando pick, whichever one ends up being the greatest or the best. So as you can see here, the Phoenix is locked in at the 7th seed, which means they will play either the Clippers or the Trailblazers in a first-round play-in game. Winner plays San Antonio. Loser will play the winner of either Golden State or Cleveland or Portland. So not great look there. I saw where what's their coach's name? Their new head coach. I forget his name. Anyways, he kind of went on talking about how he didn't have, his star players hadn't played together much all season, being Booker and Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green.
Jordan Ott is his name.
Jordan Ott, that's right.
Maybe coach of the year this year, honestly.
Yeah, and he was kind of making his case for his team and maybe even his coach of the year candidacy by saying that, his big three hasn't played much together. Only for them to play together last night, and then Jalen Green leaves a little gimpy in the first half.
Yeah.
So that one's one to watch. What's more discouraging to me is we've been watching the Magic kind of crumble lately over the last few weeks, and you get really excited. Maybe they could just miss the playoffs altogether. Maybe they'll be a 9-10 seed. They can still do. They're on a 3-game winning streak, by the way. They can go as high as 5 and only as low as 9. So, if we pull, as I pull up the real app here and look at the standings,
they're a half game out of even playing their way out of the play-in, right? Like they're a half game away from being 6.
So the Hawks are at 5th right now. They're a half game up on the Raptors, the 5th being out of the play-in. No, I'm sorry, 6th and 6th being out of the play-in. So the Hawks are a half game up on the Raptors, who are a half game up on the Magic. So they are only a half game out of the play-in altogether. Conversely, they're only 1 game up on the Hornets at 9 and a half game up on the 76ers at 8. So between 5 and 9 is a game and a half. The Heat are going to are more or less locked in as the 10 seed. They're a game and a half back of the Hornets.
Mm-hmm.
So you're really hoping the Magic end the season going to Chicago, which is they go to Chicago and to Boston in their final 2 games of the season. I will let me pull this up here. We'll look at the remaining strength of schedule. This is from yesterday, so I'll refresh it.
This website is dope, man. I love Tankathon. They got everything on it.
It is the best website. So Charlotte has the 3rd hardest remaining schedule left, and Orlando has the 9th. Again with the Bulls and the Celtics. So I really want Orlando and Charlotte to meet up. That's not going to happen because Orlando cannot fall to the 10 seed. Neither of those teams can fall to the 10 seed. So you're going to need them to either fall to the 9, lose to Miami, or get beat twice. The Magic are on a 3-game winning streak, I believe or a 2-game winning streak. They've beaten Dallas and New Orleans, both of them in rather close games against two teams that are tanking.
Who did they beat last night? Night?
They're on a 4-game winning streak. It was Dallas, then New Orleans, then Detroit by 16.
That's so crazy.
And then last night by 12 against Minnesota. Minnesota, who is sitting a lot of guys because they're locked in their position. Or they're going to be within 3 to 5. Minnesota's locked in at 6.
They're locked in at 6. Yeah, Orlando went from being like 2 games away from being out of the play-in to now like almost being like playing their way out of the play-in on the opposite side of it, right? Like I can't help you, man. Like I'm trying.
Yeah, he looks like Mullinax right now.
It's my bad,
y'all. No, those are some nice curtains behind you.
Hey, nice. Everybody's asking me to show the house of the Scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
I feel like I need to. I feel like I need to save it for Anthony's show because I'm looking at his house right here. I can show you the house.
It's you're just playing favorites. That's fine.
Well, I mean, it is Anthony's.
If you show it on Anthony's show, he may actually have a mob form out his house. I think our guys are less less likely to show up at homeboy's house. Scarecrow, as we're calling him.
Let me see. Let me see if I can. Let me open the door and see if I can get a good look at it. So right now, there's no houses for sale in my neighborhood. So it's an old.
So it's just
it's an old Tennessee flag. My dog might freak out in a second. Let me see.
Get a little closer.
Sorry. Okay. Oh, he's here. He's actually here. Hold on.
Yeah. Let's dox him.
Let's dox him. All right. Let me figure out. I don't know how to change this. Okay. Ow. God. I stepped on something. All right. Do y'all see the house right there?
Oh, it's
So the flag hanging from the that's a American flag right now, but when there's houses for sale, that turns into a rebel flag.
I've got a story similar to that that you've got. When I was looking to move and started looking at buying houses, there's this one neighborhood that they call it Millionaire Circle. I don't really know why, because it's like Ripley, Mississippi, so it's not like it's like Jaws neighborhood or anything like that. Like it's just I guess a nicer neighborhood. And one of the real estate agents told me, it's like, if you want to up your budget, and I was like, listen, I'm not upping my budget. She's like, I can get you a Millionaire Circle, but they don't list them with agents. They just wait for somebody to ask, because if you do it the legitimate way with a realtor, then they're contractually obligated to sell it. You're to whoever,
right? To the best offer, basically.
To the best offer, yeah. And this is what she said, and this is the part that I just kind of like walked away. And she said, they don't want, how do I say this? People that have a lot of vehicles in their yard. And I was just like,
I'm out.
Been nice talking to you. Yeah. And I was like, at that point, I was like, my budget for a new house is like $75,000. She was like, oh, like we're too far off. Like,
hey, man, Anthony, I would love it if you moved out here. He's about to sell that house. Like, you're more than welcome to move out.
Me and Matt, buddy, you don't have a chance of buying that house. He ain't gonna sell it to you.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna sell it to you. Yeah. I love you. You're gonna be a great neighbor to Kenny, but not in that house.
I would love it. I will let you know when it's time. And you come out and look at it. Yeah.
It is kind of like King Meek says, it looks like a Django house. It does look like a plantation style.
Oh no,
house.
It is a plantation style house. It is it is the only house on our neighborhood that looks like that. And that house has been there forever. Because I went to high school. My house that I grew up living in while I was in high school is like a tenth of a mile that way. And it is that house has been there for a long time, and it's apropos that my guy is living there and feels the way he feels
That house was
about
passed
what
down
he
to
feels
him from
about.
his. Yeah, and that house was passed down. That's been in the family for a long time. Uh, uh, I've got my house came with what's called plantation blinds. Have you ever heard of plantation blinds? They're like the slatted blind, like wood slats that have the rod that go up the middle of it,
Oh
so you
yeah,
open and close them with that. They're fancy. I love them, but I'm like, can we
yeah.
call them something else?
Please.
Yeah.
Like, do
It's
you
like,
go?
no, that's what
Do you have you changed the name of your bedroom? Is it still, you don't call it the master anymore, do you?
yeah. I've never thought of it, but that's
You know
what it's
what that
called.
comes from, the master's room,
Well,
the
I mean,
master's room.
I can see it adding up right now, but no, it's just I've never thought of it. That's how it's listed on Zillow. Like, I don't like. Am I supposed to be the first one to change this stuff? Like,
Change. Hey,
yeah.
I am
I'm gonna start
critiquing everything
commenting
about
on
you.
Zillow post saying it is the parents' room,
There
not
it
the
is.
master.
There it is.
Also,
I am critiquing and making observations about who you are as a man based on whether or not you change the name of your bedroom. That's all I'm
yeah,
gonna say.
it's like it's like although I have a whole bunch of kids and they do call me master because I run a tight ship.
Yeah, you don't play around.
Yeah, I don't play around. So that, and I don't know where this is ever going to go. All right, we're going to take a quick break right now, and when we come back, I've got Tankathon pulled up. We're going to do a spin. We're going to see where live takes us after that. So stick with us. We'll be back in just a second. I always get almost to it, and then I can't find it. Here we go.
In Memphis, nothing comes easy, and that's exactly how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and Pink Beetles. In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem. Bluff City Media presents the $2 Sports Show with your hosts, Rusty Buckets and Uncle Buck. Now, let's get to the show.
Welcome back to the $2 Sports Show, Thursday edition of the show. I've got my guy Blockhead Stumblefield, Kenny Stumblefield, here with me in go mode. That's what we're gonna call it. Not stationary. If I needed to go right now, I'd have to carry a camera stand, a ring light, a laptop. You are in go mode.
Hey, listen, I appreciate you being flexible with me. This has been a cluster of a morning for me. My Wi-Fi is showing that it is available, but it's not working yet. So I don't know. What, as a power guy, what's going on here?
First off, a power guy, I try to stay as far away from the Wi-Fi and fiber
Okay.
internet as possible. But I think that typically means like everything's probably connected on your end, and they may have an outage upstream of you.
Oh,
Is
good.
possibly
Awesome.
what I'm thinking. Yeah. So, which I mean, my extent for how to fix a internet router issue, Wi-Fi issue, is to restart it, and if it doesn't come
Yep.
back, to call somebody.
Yep.
So, if it doesn't work, I would. Who do you have your internet with? Like AT&T or Comcast or?
Comcast Business.
Yeah, I would. I'd call Comcast and enjoy talking on the phone to customer service.
Yeah, right. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that is the best thing about what Mississippi did with like allowing the local electric companies to be an internet service provider.
Right.
Is that I don't have to deal with customer service for like a Fortune 500 company. Nothing's worse than customer service for a Fortune 500 company that they outsource their customer service overseas or to.
Yeah. Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah, it's
the worst.
It's the worst.
I tell people, I tell the guys that come out that work for Comcast, that come out to the house, I'm like, can y'all just give me your number so I can call you? Right. Because the customer service sucks for Comcast, but the people that come out and work are awesome.
Oh yeah, they're great. But the problem is you can't get to them.
You can't get to them.
Be scheduled and it's a mess. And so if Tennessee ever does of course, you're on MLG and W, so that's another big company that may have a lot, but at least they'll be local. Hopefully, the customer service guys, all of our customers, I would pay quadruple what I pay for internet right now to get the customer service I get now because I need help. I'll call the office and they'll let me talk to Marty. Marty will fix it. Like you don't have that.
No, I don't have that privilege.
Yeah. All right. And I don't get that privilege because I'm the engineer at Tip Electric. Everybody gets it because you live here.
Right.
All right. So last night in the NBA, we're tank watching here. Not a lot went our way last night after having a pretty good night a couple of days ago with New Orleans beating Utah. That helped us out to get us to 6th place. And if everybody just continues to lose, we're locked in. If the Grizzlies lose their next 2 games, we're locked in. We can't be winning against Utah. That's would be criminal.
That's going to be a tough game to lose, honestly. Utah is doing epic levels of tanking right now. Egregious.
I mean, did you see the thing I tweeted out last night? Nobody's being as egregious as the Memphis Grizzlies right now. Here's the lineup I tweeted out last night. I said that if tanking is an art, this is the Michelangelo Sistine Chapel. Because on the court last night when I looked at the real app was Lucas Williamson, Aldama Ball, Jemai Meshack, some guy named Okani, and Dariq Whitehead. At that point in the game, I think this was in the 3rd quarter, these players were -16, -14, -24, -24, and -24. This was an absolute masterclass. But I hoped last night that we could be provided with some distance, But unfortunately, the Suns had a 5-point win over the Mavericks last night, and the Magic beat the Wolves. So that didn't help us in the Eastern Conference race down the standings either. So tonight, games you've got to look at, and I apologize for not having FanDuel. We are presented by FanDuel, all of our odds.
That's why I came upstairs, because I've got a FanDuel. I don't have the game. I have a Masters FanDuel for us.
Okay. All right. We'll get to that in just a second. But if you want to bet on any of these games, go to FanDuelSportsbook.com. This is the 39-minute mark, Kenny. All right. So what we're looking at tonight, again, not a lot for the Grizzlies. The 76ers play at Houston. A win there on the 76ers could help our Magic fall down. You need the 76ers to win. The Magic do not play tonight. The Pelicans do not play tonight. The Grizzlies do not play tonight, and the Mavericks do not play tonight. So this may be your night to enjoy just something else.
Some downtime. Go hang out with the wife.
Yeah, you've got the marquee matchup on Prime is the Lakers and the Warriors. The Warriors are intriguing to me because they got Steph back. That was always going to be just when can you get Steph Curry back? They are locked into the 10 seed in the West. But you think I would love to see Phoenix lose their first game in the play-in as a 7 seed and then have to go up against the Warriors with Steph
Mhm.
Curry. That's the path, I think, for Phoenix getting into the lottery. So not a lot tonight. Let's just not to affect draft standings or lottery odds. So let's go on over to Tankathon right now. And we'll do a spin. Do our one spin of the day. And this is the rules. It's one spin unless you don't like it. And then I may hit it again. There are no rules. Okay. So here we go. All right. That's up. Everybody can read it. Everybody good? All right.
Yeah, we're good. Let's do it.
All right. So you can see the Grizzlies are in the 6th seed. This is what scares me just real quick as we got ads going everywhere. Are you like super anal about ads? Like I have to skip them at the first opportunity. Even at hosting a show in the middle of thought, I'm thinking about 5, 4, 3. Okay, skip the ad. Like,
Yeah,
I can't handle it.
which is not a good look for us. It's not a good look for us that live and breathe off of ads on YouTube, right?
Right. Well, I mean, do we get paid the same whether they skip them or they watch the?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe something we can look at. We may start
Something to look
stumping
at.
for watching ads. You know, it drives me crazy. We'll be watching television, like just network television, and a commercial break will start and my kids will call them ads, and it drives me crazy.
You're like, that's a commercial.
That's a commercial.
They paid a lot of money for that
scares me-
commercial. All right, go ahead.
What scares me with the Utah game is that they are in a dead tie for the 4th seed, in which they are winning the tiebreaker against Sacramento. So they will try to out-tank us. It's not like they're going to be locked in at all. We're tied in a 3-way tie. Actually, a 2-way tie between us and Dallas. And Utah's in a 2-way tie with Sacramento. Something's going to have to give. But as I skip this out here, I'll get out of the way and we'll sim a lottery. See what happens. Click. We stayed. So that went pretty much chalk, which is not fun. We'll do it again.
No.
I don't like it. I don't like chalk.
We don't need chalk.
I definitely don't like this one. Miami
don't like that one.
Jumping up 12. Yeah.
No
way. I made this comment yesterday with Rusty on the show. The last 2 years, a team that was bounced in the play-in got the number 1 pick. San Antonio and Dallas both got bounced in the play-in last year, and got the number 1 pick. So maybe this is Miami's year. Let's do one more. There we go.
Hey, let's go.
Makes sense. So you've got basically a 1/3 chance, just over a 1/3 chance at getting a top 4 pick. And on our 3rd spin, we got the number 1 pick. Are you taking Boozer number 1 pick?
Oh no, I'm going AJ DeBance the number 1 pick. Absolutely.
I feel like everybody's coming on my side here.
Well, I mean, it's a
Boozer had his moment, and that's what happens in a long season. Boozer had his moment, but now that
I take him number 2. Like I take him number 2.
I'm talking about there was a moment in which Boozer was everybody's number 1 overall, and I feel like it's more or less becoming a consensus that AJ DeBanza is the number 1 overall pick.
Oh, by far. Yeah. I mean, he's definitely, if you look at the FanDuel odds, he's overtaken everybody in terms of, he's the odds on favorite to be the number 1 draft pick, no matter who's picking. It's just, you cannot,
I don't know if he's deep in thought or if we lost Ken.
Be an impactful player. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back now.
Cam Boozer's a guy who can. I would be so glad to run to the draft to the podium at the 2nd pick to get him. But AJ DeBanza is a guy that that level of talent, that 3-level scoring ability, that athleticism, the size, the all the intangibles that he has, is a guy that you do not pass up on. If you have the opportunity to pick him number 1, you just can't. That would be an egregious move, I think.
Yeah, I think so. The point in which I would run to the podium to take Boozer would be 3, I think. And I does not mean I would take him 3rd, but I would have to ponder over Caleb Wilson and Boozer. And then if Caleb Wilson's off the board, then I'm running to get Boozer over Peterson. I think that's where I'm at. I'm a top for 2 right now with Wilson.
And I'll just say this, like I will readily admit, I did not watch a single minute of North Carolina before Caleb Wilson got hurt. So I didn't see him playing for North Carolina. I saw highlights, which is fine.
When he was playing and North Carolina and Duke played each other and North Carolina won, he was amazing.
Was he?
Yeah. And he went heads up and the team won. Now I know that doesn't exactly mean anything for the prospect, but I feel like I know what Cam Boozer is. And everybody takes that as a shot at Cam Boozer, and it's not. He is going to be really good. And it's just kind of like everybody, you want to trade for the number 1 overall pick, but once the number 1 overall pick gets taken, do you want that player? And so I feel like there's a lot of stuff with Caleb Wilson that it's like, oh man, I'm enamored with what he could be. Like I love what Caleb Wilson can be. I know what Cam Boozer is. And it very well could be all NBA a few times. But it's not going to be the best player on a title-winning team. That's what I'm convinced of. Is that he is going to – if he may be Kevin Love and play 16 seasons and it is known as a rebounder, a perfect glue guy, a guy that you can write in Sharpie, tattoo into his starting lineup for the next 15 years. And that is valuable and not a bust in the slightest. I'm just enamored with what I know AJ DeBance's ceiling is and what Caleb Wilson's ceiling could be. Again, you keep pausing in these. You keep pausing with these. In the still shot is like you thinking. I'm like, is he thinking or is he frozen?
I'm frozen. Do you know what my biggest hesitation with, my biggest motivating factor with Cam Boozer and Caleb Wilson is I want a player that I think is going to make the Grizzlies better next year, not years down the line, right? Like that is, and so like if your ceiling isn't as high with Cam Boozer, but he makes you better next year, I'm good. Like I want that. Like that's what I want.
Yeah, I don't want to sacrifice the long term for the short term, and I do believe, like a lot of people say, and comparing DeBance to Boozer in the instance of like good now versus good later is a little unfair to me because I do think that AJ DeBance is like awesome right now. And
I'm not even comparing it to DeBance. I'm not comparing it to that's Wilson. Like
he is more of a you hope for him to get his peak. You hope he develops a corner 3 shot with consistency, and that's something that he hasn't shown yet.
And so
DeBance mortgaging on that.
DeBance to me is an automatic number 1 draft pick. Whoever gets the number 1 draft pick will choose AJ DeBance. That is an automatic to me. It's that decision at number 2 between Caleb Wilson and Cam Boozer that I get like I want the guy, the big that can come in on day 1 and like elevate this team more so than the guy that you're just kind of going, well, we don't know because he's 18 years old and he didn't play much this year because he got injured and what's it going to look like? He's got the potential to be this, but we don't know. That's my only critique. I think Caleb Wilson is going to be great, from everything that I've heard about him. But I want somebody, like if you had to make me choose the number 2 pick between Cam Boozer and Caleb Wilson, it's the guy that's going to make them better this year, not 5 years from now.
I'm gonna pull up. ESPN just released a draft board. So we'll look at it real quick. But what I like about this draft is that there is a consensus top 4, and 3 of those 4, I have no worries in the slightest over like how they're going to handle being a big. or how they're going to handle being in the big leagues, rather, like
Right.
the mental faculties about them. Tell me this, and I think that David was it. Let me find the comment and I'll put it up here. David Owens says this is a must-win season for Zach Kleiman. He's got to hit this, or he will be looking for another job. I hear he's Barron's personal lawyer too. Do you, if you were to take that into consideration, that Zach Kleiman realizes that it's true, one, and that Zach Kleiman realizes that this is the biggest draft of his career, and it could keep him in his job for the 27-28 season. Do you think that that changes his mock draft or his draft board at all? And should it?
I've gone on record and said I don't think Zach Kleiman's seat is hot by any stretch of the imagination. So not that I don't necessarily reject what David is saying off face value. But if it is true that his job is contingent on winning this draft, I think if it was contingent on him banking on some free agent or a trade, then I think you might have some like anxiety there if you're Zach Kleiman to decide to make some moves or not make some moves. But he's consistently won in the draft. I think he trusts his draft process more than he trusts really anything else that he does as a GM. And so I don't know if it would change his mock draft. I think he trusts his system and how he decides what player is worth what and where you're getting the greatest amount of value, what pick you're getting them at. I think he trusts that, and so I think he's just going to go and do what he wants to. Like he's going to trust his process as he has every other year because he's been really good in the draft.
Right. It would take. I would shoot my last bullet at a GM that changes his draft strategy for the short term.
Yes.
Because he feels like he's on the hot seat. I would take my last bullet and shoot him in the head with it.
Oh, dang. Allegedly. Wait.
Well, I'm just saying, like if Zach Kleiman said, I believe AJ DeBance is better for the future of the Memphis Grizzlies for the next 15 years, but Cam Boozer will be better next year, and that's the only thing I care about because I'm just trying to get an extension. Like, yeah, that'd be the worst.
Yeah.
If I had a gun with two bullets, to quote Michael Scott, I'd shoot Zach Kleiman twice. Yeah. That ESPN thing, ESPN does such a poor job of their web content. They put too much. They put a paragraph, and I just didn't want to scroll through it. But they basically have their top four of being DeBansta, Peterson, Boozer, Wilson, and then Wagler, and then Acuff at 6.
Go back to the Tankathon screen real quick.
Okay.
And I want to get your thoughts on using the same simulation that you just did. I want to find out at what pick, what team are you, as you said it a few days ago about AJ DeBansto, what team, if you're a GM of which team at this pick situation, would you run naked to the podium for Darren Peterson?
Okay. Well, I think you got to start thinking about it at Brooklyn, just because you don't have the guard. You tried 5 times and missed. Maybe they're holding on some of those, and maybe just pride keeps them from taking Darren Peterson there. That's a good question. I think that Golden State should take him.
So at 4. So you think 4? Wow.
Well, if you just look at positional need, I mean, what does Golden State need going forward? I mean, you can get him a year with Steph, but then your guards of the future are Pods and I don't know, Melton. So
Moses Moody.
Yeah, he's more of a wing, I guess. But
Right.
yeah, I think that's the biggest positional need next. Washington, obviously, once you get past 4, if somebody were to jump and say take a cuff at 3, like he's not going to get past 5 for sure. Like, and
Yeah.
so just
Yeah.
as a rule of thumb, like that's where you start running. If the Grizzlies were at 5, I would run to the draft board to get Darren Peterson.
I would too.
I think he's better than Acuff, Walker,
I agree.
Kingston Flemings,
I agree. Totally.
Mikael Brown. Like there's an obvious divide there.
Yes.
And yes, he's got the potential baggage that comes with him, but I've told Grizzlies fans for a long time now, like we've got to flush the John Morant of it and not let it's to use an old football adage, like you can't let the same team beat you twice. Like you can't let the fear of what John Morant has done over the last 2 years keep you from taking the best, possibly the best player in this whole draft at the 5th pick.
Yeah.
Look at what Utah did last year with Ace Bailey. Like you just held your nose and you took him, and you hope it works out.
What is like if I'm looking at this simulation? It had, I think, go back to it. What makes this what's so interesting about this whole draft and why I'm so excited about May 10th, which we are going to be doing a live watch party from Grind City Brewing for the draft lottery and the draft.
I'm gonna issue a word of warning real quick. That's Mother's Day.
What is May 10th?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I was so upset. Let me double check on that. But I saw that and yes, that's Mother's Day.
Oh no.
Yeah. So are you going to get divorced over it? Is it worth getting divorced over? Because I was pumped about this watch party and I realized it was on Mother's Day. And you know what? My wife would be like, it's fine, but if we miss,
she's birthed 3 of your babies, bro.
But what I'm saying, she would get far more angry, I think, if we miss like my mom and her mom seeing them on more than just her.
Oh my gosh. The NBA needs to change that day. Let's go May 9th instead then. What are we doing
Put it
here?
on a Tuesday. Like
what are we doing here?
Like I don't know. That's
miserable.
awful turn of events. That
you just ruined my day, by the way.
I know. It's not me. You're lucky I'm telling you now. So if you want to try to risk it, you can start laying the groundwork now.
I'm not risking anything on that.
It is on Mother's Day.
Oh, that's terrible. All right, we'll figure it out. Maybe Rusty can just go. He ain't he
ain't fathered no kids.
He ain't fathered no kids.
Yeah.
Allegedly he hasn't. The tests are still out.
Nobody showed up yet.
Nobody showed up yet. But it's that draft. Like if Utah and Sacramento hadn't dropped so far, if things had kind of remained chalk, I think this draft is going to look so different if Utah and Sacramento are in the top 4, top 5 because of their needs, right? Like their needs. This draft is so loaded at the top that you're going to see I could legitimately see if Sacramento gets the 4th pick in the draft, Darius Acuff going 4th. Because they need a guard so badly. I could see Utah if they have the 5th, if they have the 5th, or if they have the 4th, Keaton Wagler being a riser in the draft. Yeah. Like I could just see it's so interesting, man, to me. Like what it's really this draft lottery is like. It's really difficult to kind of guess, which is why I love that you and Rusty have simulated and then drafted based off those simulations multiple times now because it changes. The whole draft, the first round changes all the time. The lottery changes who's getting picked where and when every time you simulate the lottery on Tankathon. It's crazy. Right. It's crazy what this is turning out to be.
Yeah. And I think I may disagree with you a little bit because the teams like Utah and Sacramento and Brooklyn, like they kind of need everything. Like I feel like the draft strategy for them.
Not Utah.
I'm telling you, if you're at the top of this draft, there's not anybody that, or just take Utah in particular. if they got the number 1 pick, do you think they're thinking about Ace Bailey and that's going to keep them from drafting AJ DeBansta? I don't think that's going to be the case.
I can see them go. I can see Darren Peterson going first then.
I don't know. Maybe. Well, okay. Utah's a bad example. Their owner is the one who paid for AJ DeBansta to his NIL deal at BYU.
They'll go
so that's
AJ.
a bad
They'll
example.
go AJ.
They're going to get AJ DeBansta if they get number 1.
That's a great point.
But like say Sacramento, like
Right.
The draft strategy is easy. Rank them,
Whatever best player.
Yeah. Rank them and pick it. And
but they have said they want a guard.
Yeah.
They have said they want a point guard.
But
that's what they're looking for.
Because they love the Reno kid. I'm saying like they love the big guy that they got in the second round last year, the Renault or whatever his name is. Like who else? Like they're not making picks based on DeRozan or Westbrook. You ship Keon Ellis off. I mean, yeah. So like I feel like it's really simple. If the only one that could afford to pick and choose, in my opinion, of the if we just reset it and looked at the top 4 picks, that would be Washington, Indiana, Brooklyn, and I've already forgot what I said. Let me just reset it because I don't want to miss anybody. If you just reset this, the top 4 teams, Washington, Indiana, Brooklyn, Utah, and we'll call Sacramento top 5. The only team out of those that can afford to be choosy, in my opinion, is Indiana. You just traded for the dude from the Clippers, the big guy. Zubac,
yeah.
You traded next year's first round pick for him. All right. And you've got Tyrese Halliburton that's rehabbing an Achilles tear. And then you've also got Pascal Siakam. Those are all 3 key pieces that you're looking at going forward. And so maybe they say, I don't want Peterson. Or maybe I don't want, Cam Boozer because he plays the same position as Pascal Siakam. Maybe. I don't think that's the case. But maybe. And it's like, I need a wing. I want a wing. That's what I'm prioritizing. So if I would take AJ DeBansta number 1, or if I don't get AJ DeBansta, I trade down. Like that's the only team I can see making a case. The Grizzlies, maybe they say, "Oh, I don't need a shooting guard because I don't need a guard because I'm sold on Ty Jerome and Cedric Coward and the group of guards we've got, and I'm sold on Edey, so I don't want a center." Then maybe if I can't get Boozer or DeBansta, then I'm trading back because I don't want Peterson. Something like that. But
by the way, you brought up something, and we need to get out of here soon. But you brought up something that I want to call you out on the carpet for. In yesterday's show, you made fun of me for 2 days ago show. You're all talking about Ade Mara, and you made a joke about me loving the high-low pass that Ade Mara was making. Number 1, how dare you? Number 2, it just goes to show me that you've never had to make a high-low pass in a basketball game.
Okay. I will counter by saying, when is the last time you saw a high-low pass in an NBA game that wasn't like Randolph to Marc Gasol?
Exactly. That's what I want to bring back. No, but I'm staying true to what I like. This is what I want. This is why I like Cam Boozer. This is why I like Ade Mara. Because I want to bring back the big front court. That's what I want.
Yeah, but you can have a big front court without having 2 dudes incapable of shooting threes. And so you just put them at
number 1, Zach Edey can. Zach Edey can. Number 2,
just you can doesn't mean you should.
Exactly. That's a great point. That is my life. You just wrapped up my basketball career in a nutshell. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
I can take my company truck, and go to the bar and spend my afternoon there. But should I? No.
When I'm thinking about a guy who is a Zach Edey insurance,
look at a guy like a Dave Mora and I say, like, there are so many little nuancy things that he does that I think are really, really good. And
The only
and
reason
it
you
leave it
drafted
leave it
Dave
to
Mara,
the 5'3" dude to like trash
It has
talk a
nothing to do with
7'3". Yeah.
this has nothing to do with my height, and it shows me how insecure you are, because I'm perfectly secure in my height that I can make fun of a 7'3" dude and it be about basketball.
I do find it odd that you hate everybody above 7 foot. Like you're not
I don't.
you don't like don't give me Cam Boozer, even though he's only 6'9". But like you don't like bigs. You're not a fan of bigs.
I'm not a fan of banking on the health of a dude that's over 7'2" or 3. You don't see it. They don't laugh. Never. Excuse me for being the one to not ignore the history books. The only reason why you would draft a Dave Mara is because you're convinced this should work and you need 2 shots at one of them being healthy.
I just think that there is
so bad that his camera froze. Boom. Roasted.
Boom roasted. Bodied. Hey, listen, I'll let you have that one. But shout out to you. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you not see the benefits of a proper high-low pass? That's all I'm going to say.
And again, that the high-low pass that I was clowning you over has nothing to do with a Dave Mara. It has to do with like just the idea that we're going to play basketball from inside the 3-point line again and go back. Like anybody who says that's just like their favorite style of basketball is the grit and grind Grizzlies. And that's just not how basketball is played anymore. We can't play basketball in the 90s, like it's scoring in the 90s anymore. You can't have two dudes that just stand and opposing each other on the block and play that game of that my basically all white high school played in high played
running
basketball.
You mean to
we're running
you mean to tell me
the big men, you know?
You mean to tell me the Princeton offense isn't going to make a resurgence in the NBA? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I'm saying I believe that anything run well and precise can work. I just think you're at such a disadvantage if you are running your offense for Cam Boozer to find Zach Edey on the post for a dunk as your primary source of income.
The NBA is all about creating mismatches, man. Give me mismatches as much as possible. That's what I care about. Yeah. Hey, we got to get out of here, but I do have some FanDuel numbers for you real quick. We have the Masters. We have the Masters going on right now. First round of the Masters is happening right now. And I want to get your the FanDuel gives you options to choose on who's going to win, and it gives you 2 options. All right, so there's 2 chances to win.
Okay.
And what's funny is they think Scotty Scheffler, and I think rightfully so, he's a part of all of these 2 choices here. All right. Scotty Scheffler or Tommy Fleetwood is a plus 280. So one of those 2 guys has to win against the field. So plus 280. Scheffler or John Rahm plus 330. Scheffler or Xander Schauffele plus 350. Scheffler or Bryson DeChambeau plus 370. Scheffler or Rory McIlroy plus 400. What do you think? Who do you like? Scotty Scheffler clearly.
Yeah.
But Fleetwood, Rahm, Schauffele, DeChambeau, or McIlroy? Where are you at?
I would say I'd go McIlroy just because I put them all in the same category and I'm getting the longest odds.
Mm-hmm. So plus 400.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I
got you. Awesome.
Yep. So.
All right.
That's what I do. Thank you for listening to the $2 Sports Show Thursday edition. Thank you for everybody who stuck with us through the technical difficulty. Thank you for Kenny for showing up when I thought I was going to be doing this by myself. So appreciate you, brother.
Hey, man.
Remember, I'm sorry, robot blockhead. What was that?
I said, you're the man.
I agree. All right. Be a friend of somebody who needs a friend. And remember, with the $2 Sports Show, you always get what you pay for. Me and Kenny will see you again tomorrow.
Thank you for listening to the $2 Sports Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.